Computer tech Trevor Crouch was transferred from temp services to part-time at $7.25 an hour. Next, the council discussed ordinance number 1165-2010, building contractor license and fees, which would require certain contractors to have certain insurance or exemption documentation. Joe Williford explains.
Yeah, right before the meeting I passed out another copy of this ordinance. I had found a mistake in a paragraph and had to change some wording. Basically, Senate Bill 306 was passed, went in effect November 1st, requiring entities that issue building permits, residential building permits, to ensure that building contractors have liability insurance in workers' comp or a certificate waiving a workers' comp. What we did is I elected to do that with all contractors instead of just singling out the residential.
And you've included a copy of that Senate bill in the
Yes, it is
council.
in your packet.
Okay.
The amount of liability insurance is $50,000. That is what is required, minimum requirements for the electrical, plumbing, and heat and air contractors through the Construction Industries Board. As Senate Bill 306 said, they had to pay that minimum, the same as the other trades, that minimum liability insurance.
Well, as far as insurance policy goes, that's really not a very large hurdle.
Most of the contractors carry $1 million.
Yeah.
But it also had provisions in there for us to register the contractors as long as we charge the same fees as we do the other contractors, which our fees that's in this ordinance are exactly the same. Pretty much everything's identical to the electrical, plumbing, and heat and air stuff. And it will only affect the building contractors that have to pull a permit. If you're doing minor work that doesn't require a building permit, you don't have to have a license for that. If you're working on your own home, you don't have to have a license for that.
Good point.
Senate Bill 306 exempted people from working on their own residences.
And there are certain projects that we might do in the residential arena especially that don't even require a permit.
Right, cabinet work, painting, floor covering, stuff of that nature. Trim work doesn't require it. It will mainly just affect your general contractors that do pretty good construction projects.
Any questions of Joe, council?
Sure. I assume this bill was passed because there was a perceived problem in the rest of the state. Did we have that problem here? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. The State Construction Industries Board has been trying for years to put building contractors licensed together for the state of Oklahoma. They have not yet done that. The senator decided he would try to push a bill through, from what I gather, to at least cover residential homes. And the bill, I believe, only pertained to single-family dwellings and two-family dwellings. However, like I said, it's easier for us to keep track of who has insurance, who does not have insurance, by just making all the general contractors get a license.
And if the bill was the bill addressed almost kind of a minimum need. If you're working in a residential arena, you almost certainly have that kind of coverage already, probably, if you're working in a commercial arena.
Most of the residential contractors carry an insurance policy to cover their home for a year, but they don't carry liability.
I see.
So,
Okay. Joe, good information. Council, any final questions of Joe? Is there anyone in the public who has any questions? Thank you. We'll bring this back on the next agenda as an actionable item.
The council was asked to take action on the proposed amendment to the Employment Benefit Plan. Sue Stacy presents this item to the council.
There's two amendments to the employee benefit booklet. The first amendment is when a retiree reaches Medicare age, that he can stay on the health insurance. Before, we had it just overs. They've added the fire and the police pensions.
Sue, was this included in, council, was this included in your packets? Do you have this material? I didn't see it in the packet I got either. I know I had a copy in the office there.
I can make copies and
I tell you what,
do that.
I think that would be helpful.
Okay.
I believe the council could review it
Okay.
briefly when we go into executive session.
Okay.
And let's just postpone this item until after executive session. If they're comfortable in having made the review by that time, I'll ask for action, otherwise we'll postpone it to the following agenda.
Okay.
We'll do it that way. Okay, but go ahead, you can,
Okay, and the
you want
other-
to set the stage for why the amendments are being
Yeah.
proposed.
Well, before it was just the Oprah's retirement, and they've added the police and the fire because they weren't aware that we had other retirement systems. And so that's why they added the fire and the police. The other one is a law that was passed April the 1st of 2009, where if you have a child that is on Medicare or Medicaid and they go off of it, then they can go on our health insurance without a pre-existing condition. They can go directly on it, I think after 60 days if they've been off the Medicare or Medicaid.
There's a 60-day gap.
Yeah, they got 60 days after they go off of it, that they can go on the health
Oh,
insurance.
okay, it doesn't preclude their enrollment for 60 days, but they have 60 days to enroll.
Right,
Oh, okay.
without a pre-existing condition also.
60 days is a long time without treatment if you've got, an issue. Okay, that makes sense.
Are these Oprah's rules?
Yes.
Yep.
On the Oprah's manual that we have, it says that we can stay on the health insurance after retirement up to age, Medicare age, which is what, 65? Yeah. We can keep the health insurance through the city, at the city rates that but we have to pay for it as a retiree.
If we end up not approving this tonight, is it going to cause anybody any problems?
I don't think so, Jason.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Some of these are supposedly effective all the way back to April of '09.
Okay, I see.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, and they weren't handed back, they weren't submitted to Sue or to the city through Sue here until just a couple weeks ago, so they can obviously wait a little longer.
They
And then
waited,
there's Family Medical Leave Act, did you cover that one on the military personnel?
I didn't.
On your last
I'm
page,
sorry.
council?
Yeah. On the Family Medical Leave Act, it used to be, well, it still is, for 12 weeks, family medical leave. They extended it for military up to 26 weeks. Like if you have someone that's in the military and they're hurt, you need to take off work and take care of them, then you've got 26 weeks instead of 12 weeks.
That's good.
Sue, that's good. I think that's a good, quick summary of that.
Okay.
We'll give the council just a little bit here through executive session to
Okay.
take an opportunity to take a look at it. And if they have any questions, we'll readdress those when we come back out.
The council entered into executive session to discuss the purchase of real property. We will have the outcome of that discussion when we get back.